around them. I was working at a mortgage company, and I was like, I do not want to die working here.
Faith is definitely needed in these streets when you are running a business.
Like, I'm going against myself at this point. And then also, like, not listening to, like, naysayers and things like that, because the people that you like, your biggest supporters aren't really your biggest supporters.
Mm-hmm.
First thing to go is outsourcing that laundry.
Girl, me too. You know, I've been saying that for years.
That's the first thing that went. I was like, this is over my thing. I was like, oh, this is easy. I can find other things to delegate. I think men are more like strategic. Once they find something, they're just like, we're sticking to this and that's it. And then we are, it's the shiny item syndrome. I'm spending way too much money on Apple Pay.
I'm all about the money.
I go on vacation, I don't bring my laptop. I don't bring anything. Just live in the moment, because it really does go by so fast. I understand that, like, women business owners, it's hard. Mompreneurship is harder.
Yes, 100%. Hey, welcome to another episode of Sis Stop Sulking podcast. But don't forget, the name is changing. The name is changing to Tasha Talks Life. So welcome. I'm so excited. Today, I am talking with the brilliant Coreen Wright, a powerhouse mom of four and the CEO of Faith Accounting, who helps women in business simplify their money, stay tax ready, and grow with faith and strategy. Welcome to the show. Welcome.
Hey, thank you, Tasha, for having me
Of
here.
course. I'm so excited to talk to you.
Finally here.
Finally. So, fun fact, I did a workshop, a Momentum Masterclass. What was that, 2 years now?
Yeah, like the
And
top of 2024.
Yeah, I had to come in and talk to the ladies. So since then, just tell us a little bit more about who you are and what you do.
So I am a mom of four. That's like the number one thing, because my whole life goes around them. And then I own an accounting firm. I started it 11 years ago. And really, I started because my son was starting school and I wanted to be all in his life. So I wanted to not miss anything. So I was like, let me start my own business. And that's why I always tell a lot of people, like, being a mompreneur has like helped me be able to be there for my kids. Because trying to work in accounting for like the last few years before that, I was working 70 hours a week. And I'm not about that. Like, some people will always say that I work really smart and not hard. Because it's like, no, I'll worry about that later.
I love that. No, for sure. I mean, I want to play an icebreaker real quick, but I love the name of your firm, because faith is one of my core values. And I'm really big on just believing and just trusting and everything. So I love that. What made you name it that?
Because I was stepping out on faith. 2014, one of my friends' brother passed away, and he was working on a job, and I was working at a mortgage company, and I was like, I do not want to die working here. And that's what he did. So I was like, I'm going to just start my own business. But this is also after my pastor like spoke this over me, and he's like, you're going to have your own office, you're going to be helping other parents and other women. And he was talking about helping people get jobs and stuff like that. He wasn't even talking about the fact that I have my own firm that's going to help other businesses create jobs for other people. So yeah, he said that, and then he even questioned me, like, you sure you're gonna do this? I was like, your tithes are gonna come in, Pastor. Don't worry about it. It's coming still. Like, but ever since then, July 2014, I've been working on my own, and running a business.
And that's awesome, because faith is definitely needed in these streets when you are running a business, and especially if that's it. Like for me, I have a job and a business. And it still takes faith to even trust and know. So to do that and still, cultivate a family and stuff like that definitely is a power tool that you have to have for sure.
It is. And for me, I definitely had to do it because my kids are so busy. Like it wasn't going around me working and trying to send my son. He's been playing football since 4 years old. My daughter's a Girl Scout, and she's trying to sign for everything she can. And then the other two are like, oh, well, what they can do, I can do better. So it's like I knew I had to keep going at this.
Oh wow. Okay. So wait. Let me stop, because I'm ready. I have the next question, and I just want a quick icebreaker. This is called This or That, and I'm gonna say two things, and you just say the first one that resonates with you. Okay. So, coffee or tea?
Tea.
Early morning or late night?
Late night.
How late?
Late, like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock.
Okay. Vision board or digital planner?
Vision board.
Cute heels or comfy sneakers?
Sneakers.
Brunch date or dinner party?
Brunch date.
Music playlist or podcast episode?
I would say music playlist.
Stay in or go out?
Stay in.
Make a list or go with the flow?
Make a list.
Okay, good. Thank you. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, make a list to me too. And I think I get more satisfaction by like crossing it off, like just seeing the lines and stuff. So
I love it.
So just to go back a little bit, before you started your own business, you said you was working at a mortgage company.
Mm-hmm.
So were you doing anything with accounting or money?
Yeah, I was the accountant there.
Oh,
at the
you were
mortgage company.
Okay.
And actually, I had like more degrees than anyone there. And that's the reason why I wanted to start my own business, because at the mortgage company, it was like a family-grown business.
Mm-hmm.
He had his sister-in-law working as a supervisor for the accounting department, but she had no accounting degree, but she's just been there for years. So I was like, I can do this. And then I was looking at his payroll one day, and his wife was on payroll. I was like, I never seen this lady before. Wow. His daughter was on payroll. So I was like, I can do this. Like, we can do this ourselves. Right. Like, I can get the whole family on payroll and be there for my nieces and nephews if they ever needed a job during the summer. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna start my own.
So you watched, like, you took note while you were there. Mm-hmm. How long were you there?
I was actually there for less than a year. And before, I was working at Columbia University. I worked at Uniondale School District. And where else did I work? At a software company.
Oh, wow. So while you were, what made you get into accounting, period? Because I remember when I was in college, those were my two least favorite classes, was accounting 1, accounting 2. I struggled so bad. Yeah. I couldn't understand then checks and balances. Like the whole, it was just like the negative is the take. Not the takeaway. It was like the opposite. Yeah. It was, back then I had no idea. I was like, this is stressing me out.
Yeah. So I fell in love with accounting in my high school junior year, I think it was, because I was trying to get into a law program. And they just didn't have room for me to do it. And they were like, just take accounting and then we'll try again next year or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, this makes sense for me because I'm more analytical. Mm-hmm. And my family, my mom's a lawyer, my aunt's a judge. Then a lot of them are social workers. So I was like, yeah, I really don't like people though. Yeah, I was like, I don't like this people stuff. So like, let me figure out, this accounting is like great. Like, I deal with the numbers are not gonna lie. Yeah. I was like, if I was a lawyer, I don't know how I was gonna be able to lie for these people if they're guilty. So
yeah, for sure. And like, the funny part is I wanted to be a lawyer since I was 5 years old.
So I was like, I don't know. And it's like, they don't even pay because like the lawyers don't even know how to do the accounting right. So they're not even getting paid on time. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I don't think this is going to work for me.
Oh, I love that. That's crazy. Because and now obviously I understand. But yeah, I struggled so bad in school. I think and one of my homeboys at the time, he was really good at it. So he helped me at that time. But that's a cool story that you go way back to high school with it. Okay, so fast forward. I know when you're transitioning from a job to a full-time business, right, of your own, new to it, you have a small child, at the time. What is some of the thought processes? Like, what was the thing like that you had to overcome? Because initially we think it's a good idea, and then now we have to make that move. Yeah. And it's like, so what was the roadblock that you had to barrel down, basically?
Just have more confidence in myself, because at this point it's just me and me. Like, I'm going against myself at this point. And then also like not listening to like naysayers and things like that, because the people that you like, your biggest supporters aren't really your biggest supporters because they don't want to see you fail. So that was like a difficult situation I had, because even my parents were like, I don't think you should do this. Well, actually, my dad didn't care, but my mom was like, I don't think you should do this. You need health insurance. I'm like, yeah, we'll figure that out. Like, I'm healthy right now. I'm in my prime. So I was like, we'll figure that out. But that was it. And just focusing, like being able to have that focus moment. And I know the first few years, that's when I kind of like did too much. Like, I was just like focusing on the business, and like I would take my laptop, and remember I said I wanted to focus on my son, be there for everything, but I'm working and still being there for him, but it's like, it's not the same. So I'm like at Boy Scouts working on the laptop, and I'm like, no, this is not what I want to do. So like I had to like pivot and create systems and actually get out of like just thinking I'm on this island by myself, being a business owner. Like, there's other business owners out there. Like, I have to network and I need to listen. Like, I became more of a student than a teacher.
That's a gem right there. Don't let that go over your head. Like, becoming a student, because a good leader is one that knows how to follow. Yeah. Right. But you kind of struck a chord when you said being on this island by yourself, because I feel like that sometimes. Like, I just feel like, okay, if I'm not doing it, and then that's where burnout and stuff comes in. So then I have to take a step back and be like, okay, who can I delegate this certain things to? And who is that what you're saying? Like, knowing, is it in life and with the kids and the business, or was it specifically with like the business?
It was like everything. Because even with the kids, the business, you know me with my laundry. I was like, I'm trying to fold laundry, take care of kids, and run a business.
Yeah, yeah.
First thing to go was outsourcing that laundry.
Girl, me too. You know, I've been saying that for years.
That's the first thing that went. I was like, take this over my thing. I was like, oh, this is easy. I can find other things to delegate.
Yes.
So, like, that came in, and then finding my tribe, like finding other accountants. Like, I realized these accountants are not my competition. They're more like here to help me, like mentors. So definitely finding a tribe of different accountants and stuff like that. And so I can piggyback on people. Like, I talk to people all over the world, like Canada, all over the place, just like trying to learn this system and how we can do it efficiently and things like that.
I want to think of a moment that I think this was definitely before the workshop that you were a panelist on, dropping all the gems. But before that, you came as a guest. I don't know what year that was, because I do it every year. But I remember you saying, I need to get out more. I need to connect more. So to hear that now is amazing. And there might have been something you might have put on your board then, I don't know. But I remember you saying that, and I was like, yeah, girl, she said, I got to get out more. I got to come out my house,
Exactly.
And then I ran into you at another event that neither one of us knew we were going to be there, and we saw each other. So I love to see like you actually acting on the things that you know that you need that's going to help you personally and also help your business, right? Like,
exactly.
So for the people, because I believe that a lot of, they say women, you might know the stats better than me, way better than me, but women spend X amount more than men on a daily basis. Is that true?
Yeah, sure is. It sure is. When I look at those books, I'm like, okay. It's like, did you need to buy that? Like, no.
Okay, but wait. Okay, so I'm going to try to defend us a little bit, but is it because we are also buying all the things in the home if we're married, or is it just in general, whether it's single, married? Is it just women in general?
I think men are more like strategic. Not like we are strategic, but I feel like men are more strategic. And then once they find something, they're just like, we're sticking to this and that's it. And then it's the shiny item syndrome. Like, okay, but if it's gonna make life easier, like, why not buy it? So I see that happening a lot. It's like we are always testing and trying different things out. So yeah.
So okay. So I just started at the top of the year. I have a spreadsheet where I saw it, it was like Black Friday or something, and you could buy it. It was really cheap, but it was already formatted. It had all the formulas, and you just put your stuff in, and it calculates like your spending, your income, your budgeting, and I was like, oh, this is really cool because I am that person. Like, I kind of know where every dollar goes.
Yeah.
And I make sure that this account, you told me that years ago too, an account for this, an account for that, and things like that. So I have multiple accounts, right? And my kids have multiple accounts and stuff like that. But I do know I'm like a very small percentage of women that really know where their money is and how it's moving. So why do you think women avoid the numbers? I just think about that because I'm like, I know this person. I'm thinking of people in my head that I literally know that just swipe. And then I'm like asking them, because I'm like a low key, budgetista or low key, like, let's try this. Me and my sister in a no spend September. And she's a swiper. What is that about?
It comes down to like basically like psychology at the end of the day when it comes to women, because it's like once you see the numbers, you're like on film, like you're being seen. Like now it's like, okay, I spend this. Look at Starbucks. I could have bought probably a plane ticket somewhere after looking at how much I buy at Starbucks. So it's like now I'm put on notice, and it's like, I don't want to do this. Like, even like I did it for myself because I wasn't really managing my personal. But when I was looking at how much money I'm spending on my nephew and my son, I'm like, you guys need to join the team. Like, you need to be on payroll at this point because I'm spending way too much money on Apple Pay.
No, my kids always sending me requests for Roblox. I'm like, and sometimes it's because I have their iPads on where I can parent it. So it'll say like time limit, and they'll send a request for more time. And I'm doing something, so I'll click it, but realizing that it's like $10. So that time they sent me money, and I'm like, oh, you got it. Like, I hear them from all the other, thank you, Mom. And I'm like, wait a minute. They didn't got me for $10.
Exactly.
Okay, so to go back to Faith Accounting, do you help just businesses? Do you help women? Listen up, y'all. See which category you fall in. Do you help people individually with their taxes, or is it mostly small businesses?
So on the tax side, we work with individuals. And then on like the bookkeeping and accounting side, it's mainly small businesses, mompreneurs, construction companies. We're really big in construction because that's really where we started.
Okay.
We're working in the construction business due to my dad being an electrician. And he was like, I'm sending you all these clients because you're not going to sit here not paying me rent. So he sent me so many of his friends and stuff. So I started off in that industry. But yeah, and law, restaurants, we're doing a whole lot of stuff right now. Yeah.
Nice. So what is for a small business like myself, right? Like if I started this business, I make money, and I do have a job, but I'm not really making a lot of money in my business, but I want to set the foundation. And I want to make sure that I don't get audited. What is lame terms for audited? Like
Auditing.
Okay.
You don't want to get caught up.
Yeah, okay. Because I want people, yeah. And what would you say would be like, let's say 3 steps or 3 things to make sure that you have in place or?
Well, the first thing was definitely get your own business bank account and focus on just spending from the business bank account, even if you have to put personal money into the business account, but only use that account. Second would be using accounting software. I like accounting softwares. I really don't like the Excel sheets because I like the fact that most accounting softwares, the bank feeds right into it. And then once you do that, you can set it up, your software, to automatically do this. So that's one less thing you have to really worry about.
So that's something in my head that I'm taking for myself, but go ahead.
Yeah, so that's so 1, 2. And then at least have an accountant. If you can't afford one, at least have one where you can probably hire for an hour just to give information and then get some information back. Because when you get to tax season, it's over. There's nothing you can really do for the prior year, but you can do it throughout the year.
So using like a regular tax person for your business, and say, what if they're like merging the two? Is that like their regular work, like their W-4, whatever?
Yeah.
And their business, they should still see a business.
Yeah, you should still have a business accountant, because at the end of the day, if you have your W-2, most businesses are still working on a personal tax return, which is basically their business is going to be on their 1040 with their W-2.
Oh, okay.
So you still want to reach out to an accountant, because the reason why you want to talk to them throughout the year, because there's so many different things you can be doing. Putting some money away for retirement. Maybe you can spend more in December instead of waiting till January. Say if you had a rent, you want to spend that in December because that could help save you some tax money. So there's things you want to talk to. I usually tell my clients to speak to their accountant or me or their financial advisor by September, because at least they can create a nice plan for the next 3 months.
Okay, what's today?
September.
Okay. September. So what's the difference between a financial advisor and an accountant?
So the financial advisor works more on the financial planning side with helping you with retirement, even getting insurance plans and things like that. So setting your kids up for different 401, 529s and things like that. So you want to speak to a financial advisor because they can get you into those vehicles.
And you don't do that?
I don't do that personally, but I have a lot of people in my network that does that.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. This is all good for me. First of all, I'm all about the money. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that I don't get caught up and making sure that I have more money coming in and that, because I like what I like, but I'm strategic in a sense, like as far as I don't just spend just to spend. I do have my little petty cash, if you will, or whatever. And I could go without. Like I know, like I'll do a no spend September. I'm in a no spend September right now because August was ridiculous, out of control.
Exactly.
And I was like, girl, because it was my son's birthday, I took them away, and then I don't like to take them away and then be like, and I'm a teacher, so I only get paid. I get paid for the summer one time.
Okay.
And so I just got to be smart. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first started teaching. By the end of, I want to say like mid-August, like we were like, okay, what in here can I make a whole meal with? So I've gotten better than that, but it was bad. I was like, they cannot do this to me.
Exactly.
And I'm like, so yes, but you definitely haven't. Okay, so a financial advisor and an accountant. It's both.
You just want a great team. Like you said, pillars is all about accounting, legal. When it comes to your business, you want those structures in place because you're never going to know when you're going to need legal advice.
Yeah.
You're never going to know when you need an accountant. And usually for accountants, I always say, it has to be somebody you can relate to.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people like, I'm just going to go get me a CPA that works for like these big firms, but can you talk to that person?
Right.
And that's the best part about it. I'm like, I always wanted to be a lawyer, and I have all these social workers. So when I talk to my clients, I get to tap into that. And I'm like, oh, let me lose what I learned for these past few years, because it turns into, I need to know who you are.
Yes.
So we can transform this into numbers, translate it to numbers, so you can grow. Like, you have your children, they're going to be in college soon. How much money do we need? How much more money do we need to get there? Like, how many years is it going to take us to save for them to go to college for free? Or should we buy them a house wherever college they're going to and make that pay for it? We got to figure it out.
Yeah, I will say, when we talked and I had a consult with you, it was I left feeling empowered.
Mm-hmm.
I left feeling like I definitely learned something new. Mm-hmm. And it was like, not that I was talking to a sister, but it was so comfortable.
Yeah.
You made it very comfortable. Well, yeah, but I don't want to say sister where it feels like I was like I'm not taking your profession serious.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like that, but it just was comfortable.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was like, oh gosh, she got me together. She got me together. Okay, so how do you offer your services for people that may want to know? Do you do group work, group stuff? Do you have one-on-ones? Do you do one-off meet, like you said earlier, maybe like a pay by the hour?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let us know what that is.
So I have a whole mix of things going on. I used to be on the Chamber of Commerce board. So I used to get a lot of people that can't afford accounting. And I was like, no, I need you to stay. I need you to be here. Like, I would rather give out free information all the time. Like my discovery call, I'm like, I don't care. Let's ask me all your questions. I'm gonna give you all, and you can go whoever you want. I just want you to know this information because it's important. Because especially because a lot of us, like in our culture, they don't believe in accountants. Like, I'm Hispanic also, and that's definitely what they do not agree. They don't agree with accounting. They don't like, I don't want people in my business. So this is important. So I always make sure I offer every type of service for everyone's budget. So I do offer a monthly maintenance program where we definitely work on your books. Every month we're working on it, like to the point where we're working on your books weekly. And then we get to the point where, how much do you want to talk to me? Do you want to talk to me every day, or do you want to talk to me quarterly, monthly? You determine like the weather, like the temperature, and how you want it. And then I also offer like it's called do-it-yourselfish bookkeeping collective, where you're doing your books yourself, but you are basically paying to talk to me once a month for an hour, and you can use that hour for me to do something for you, or you can get on the call and I make sure I hold your hand while you do your books. Because that's what happens. I was doing a lot of cleanups and catch-ups for people, and then 6 months goes by and they didn't do anything. Like, I'm just looking in their QuickBooks like, you didn't do anything. Yeah. So it's like, that program was like, we need a handhold. Like, we need to be like their personal trainer and help them do this.
That's so good.
Until they graduate to a point where they can afford to hire me or hire someone in-house. So
yeah, that would be the goal for me. I'm just like, I can't do another thing. Like, even my spreadsheets, sometimes I wait and then I go and I sit, and now I'm there for so long because the goal is to do it every Sunday morning. And I'm on it and then I fall off because something happens. So now I got to catch up. Yeah. And now I'm doing that. And it's like, and like I told you, I have multiple bank accounts. So I got to do, Yeah. So child, when you said, I didn't even think about that part. The software can do it itself. That just,
Yeah, because once you get the software to automatically automate, now you're just reading it. Like, you want to see how I did this week, how I did last month.
That's on my to-do list. Yeah. We have to talk.
We're going to talk. We're going to talk. We're going to talk. I'm still here.
You probably was cringing when I was talking about the spreadsheet. I was like, girl, have you learned nothing?
Let's automate this. Like no.
It's so true. I mean, like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I'm over it. Also, yeah. But outside of work, and I know you work from home, which honestly sometimes can be more work, right? Because it's literally there. You don't have to leave. So what are you doing for Coreen? What are you doing for yourself? What are your non-negotiables?
I love me a winery. That's why I live in Bassett Beach.
Girl, I
love going to a vineyard and stuff, because it's like you can bring the kids, you can get drunk a little bit, and then hop in. And then my son's 16 now, so he's driving. So it's like, this is perfect. Like, let's go. But yeah, I do that. I really love being around my kids and my family. I love doing that. And if not, then it's just me sleeping. Whatever. Like, I love me some sleep. That's why, like, my daughter just started pre-K. It was like, do you want her to come in at 7 a.m? I was like, absolutely not. I don't have an alarm. I wake up when my body wakes
That's
up.
nice.
It's like, I don't do any of that stuff. One of my friends was like, you don't work hard. I was like, I know. He's like, I was like, but how do I work? He's like, well, you work smart and strategic. So like you saying about my office being in the house, I do not go in that place at Friday to Sunday. I'm not in that
Really?
office.
Ooh, that's
I do not,
nice.
even with laundry, I'm like, I do laundry while I'm working.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
not going in that
Yeah,
office.
yeah.
Like I make sure the laptops, I go on vacation, I don't bring my laptop. I don't bring anything. Like I don't know if you ever called my phone, my business line, but it's all set up where I don't.
Never.
Yeah, I don't answer that call.
Not even her social, not even her DMs. Okay, you can't even get to her. Her DMs, a message pops up like, "All right, sis, I'll get back to you when I get back to you." No.
Like,
but that, I mean, I'm not there. I take my laptop everywhere with me. So I do, and I do have my moments when I do unplug.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I go like we're having girls' night or whatever. I'll bring my laptop, and they're like, "No, put it away." I'm like, "I'm here. I'm listening. I just gotta do this thing or whatever." But then there's times when I'm like, when I'm with my kids, it's more of an absolute no because they're growing so fast, and I'm not okay.
I'm not okay. I keep popping out more, so like I'm not okay.
I was like, that ship has sailed. But I got a puppy not too long ago because I'm not okay. And I'm like, he's so cute too. And he doesn't shed, so that's even better.
What is a Yorkshire?
It's a golden doodle. A mini golden doodle, yeah.
Oh, those are cute. That was my next dog after my 17-year-old one.
Yeah, and he's so cute. He was supposed to be a mini, actually. He's titled a mini, but I feel like he's getting bigger. And I'm like, he better not get too big. And his name is Million.
Oh,
so my first Million.
Oh, you're going to get more. There'll be more after him.
So I was like, yeah. And my kids, he's just so cute. He fits right in. He's feisty like them and everything. And we're training him and he's smart, really smart. But I'm like, my sister's like, you trying to fill a void there because you know, when they're small, they like to be held a lot. And so she's like, look at you. But now she holds them too. So yeah. But yeah, so winery, okay.
Yeah, I love me a good vineyard.
I do too, but I always say so far. So now that you can show me where some good ones.
Like, and I'm mad because I went to Napa. I'm like, this has to be the best vineyard. Everybody knows about Napa. They're gonna tell me like they had this trivia on the bus. Like the best wine comes from, I'm like, France, I guess. Long Island. I'm like, I did not pay all this money to come out to this Napa, and y'all telling me it's in my backyard.
That's hilarious.
I was like, because it's like the perfect weather.
Yeah,
like this is the best time they say to go. So I'm like, I'm mad. Like I'm so mad. I just paid all this money to come to Napa.
Yeah, and now this is the best time to even go out east.
Yeah,
you know, like around. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so this was great. Is there any tips, anything that you want to tell us that we need to do right now to get ourselves together? But I know you gave us a few, but is there anything you want to add to that?
I would just say, like, whatever, if you're not doing anything, start it right away, especially now. We are September. We got the rest of the year. Like, you can fix things. You can correct things. Systemize everything. Because, like I was saying earlier, my life did went up in flames a little bit. And my business kept going without me. I was like, well, how are y'all still working without me? But I created the systems. My team was able to continue doing work. And I was just able to just sit back and cry in my room. And just do whatever. I was just able to just chill while I was still going on.
That's the life right there. That's nice because you need that. And I'm gonna be fully transparent. I don't have that. If I right now, you know, had to take a moment, my business would not be okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna reach out to you ASAP on that to kind of see where the holes are and what I need to fill. But this was so helpful. I also want you to share like how somebody can work with you. Where they can find you. But before we do that, I always end each episode with, what is one thing you would tell your younger self?
The one thing I tell my younger self would be, don't really focus so much on the future. Just focus more on the present and just live. Like, just live for that day. You don't have to live to the point where you're gonna, well, I kind of did that a few times when I was younger. Like, oh, we might not die. We might not make it tomorrow. But that was some Thirsty Thursday stuff. But just live in the moment because it really does go by so fast. Like, I heard that for so long. Like, you don't want to be an adult. No, I don't. I want to be 16 again.
Right.
But just live in the moment. Yes, plan for the future, but understand that it's not going to be the same thing that
that is such a good one. I literally ask this at the end of every episode. This is one thing that I don't, sometimes I'll forget something, but this is one thing I don't forget. And that one really like touched me just now because I always say, be where your feet are. But that is such a that's something that you have to practice. And so to tell your younger self that now, just in general, if we know now, if we knew it then, how much further along or how many things that, not to say everything happens the way it's supposed to, but like to tell our younger selves to just be where your feet are, to be present in the moment, to enjoy, stop looking. Because my son, I tell him that all the time. He's like, I'm going to be the one too. I'm going to be, and I'm doing this. And I'm like, yeah, but it's okay. You're 23 years old. You know what I'm saying? You should not be thinking about taking care of me, because guess what, baby? I'm still good right now. You know,
exactly.
So I love that. That's probably one of my favorite in a long time. I love that one.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. Okay. So tell us where or how we can work with you. And
well, I'm virtual, so you can find me virtually. You can always email me at hello@faithacs.com. I'm on all the socials: YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, everything. You can find me. I'm there.
It's Faith ACS.
Yes, Faith_ACS. Yeah, and then I'm going to actually be doing an event coming up in March.
Okay.
Because that's like my birthday month. So
Tell us about it.
So we're doing like a networking event for mompreneurs where I remember I did it last year, but I'm switching up a little bit. Okay. I'm still going to have it where moms can bring their babies, their littles, because we're going to be doing it in a daycare. Nice. So you can come network. You can bring your kids if you can't.
My kids too big, but I'll come.
Yeah, you don't need to bring them, but like the young, if you can't make it out, moms, you can come with your littles, and they're going to be set up in their little daycare room. It's going to be like LA Fitness. You just drop them off and sign back in. Cool. So we're gonna be doing something like that, and just come network. And I'm not gonna do like one of those like panels and stuff. I just want it to be like chill, just like a networking social. It's like networking social. Just come chill, relax, meet other mompreneurs, because I understand that like women business owners, it's hard. Mompreneurship is harder. Yes, 100%. It's super harder. 100%. Like every time the calendar comes up, I have to go through the calendar. I have to match everything with mine, and then I have to schedule my life around that calendar. And it's like,
and if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist.
It does not exist.
100%. No, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, we're going to Grenada in November. Ooh. Road to Self-Love is going to Grenada. We still have time if you want to get there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That sounds
fun. It's going to be a vibe. I know when they like booking their tickets and stuff now. Yeah. I haven't planned out the itinerary, but it is going to, you know me. It's going to be an itinerary, but I haven't planned it out yet. I'm excited for it.
Good. The women you're like connected to are amazing, by the way, because I follow all of them.
Yeah.
And so they're like amazing women. Like even Anika, like she's amazing. So it's like it's so good.
And that's why it's important to have these events, right? So that we could all like-minded women get in the group, because everybody is different, but we all have a goal. Like we love our kids, and we're trying to be the best we can and be our best self. That's for me, the biggest thing in what I'm doing is that I remember growing up, it was girls are catty. Girls don't get along. I don't rock with girls. And that was the story. And I don't experience that now. I haven't experienced that for years because I'm evolving, and I desire to, and I attract women that are evolving and that are doing better and that want to lift and see each other and show love, because it's enough room for all of us.
Yes.
So that's why these communities are so important. And that's why I love that you said that. So, but yeah, so we're going to close out. Follow her, Faith ACS.
Yes.
Everywhere, Faith_ACS everywhere. It will be in the show notes. I want you to be well, be blessed. Make sure you share this with 2 or 3 friends. There's some good gems in here. Get your books in order if you are a mompreneur. Reach out to Coreen, and have an amazing, amazing rest of the week until next episode. Thank you, girl.
You're welcome.